Novaria is still on the board.
Yeah.
Good with range, and also they need vision as well.
I think it could be good in the Novaria. They want to go crazy though. They could just go Odette Ruby. That would be an interesting choice. RRQ have a lot of dive with the Baxia, with the Yuzong. If Alter Ego just wants to secure these neutral objectives early and control it, they could go for those crazy picks. But they instead flex the Arlet into Rome and pick up a gourd against the Yuzong Baxia plus the X-Borg.
Risky.
Risky, but it's as planned, right?
Might be
the keys to victory for them, it's, well, based on the first 3 picks, they want to front to back it. They want to kite RRQ when they dive. It's just they won't have the initial burst that they would like to, that they usually have.
They have to really protect the Bruno and the Gourd as well, especially with a heavy dive comp like RRQ's. Now they are lacking a roam hero, of course. A lot of options for Vin, especially his flexibility in playing all the heroes available given to him. But it is going to be the Tigreal concluding their draft.
I was expecting something more of a pick-off hero from Vin, Kaja, Franco, maybe even something crazy. But he goes in for a big initiator, a big playmaker, the Tig. 0% win rate so far this week.
In front of X-Borg, in front of Gourd.
Bruno.
Yikes.
Bruno as well.
Purify.
It's a very risky pick.
It is a risky pick, but we know the playmaking name given to him will most possibly be the route to victory.
Alter Ego, this time leading in the lineup rating and the counter index. Onyx broke that curse just earlier against Bigatron Alpha. For the drafts, honestly, there's a good layer of CC from RRQ. Like we mentioned earlier, there are a lot of Purifies on the enemy team, but if they are able to utilize the Yuzong as the main initiator and then punish them after using their Purifies with the Tig, this may be disastrous, this may be a catastrophe for Alter Ego, but they can't handle it. They have a solid front to back.
Will the salvation of the kingdom start now? Or will the 3 masked vandals still run rampant and break it down? Alter Ego against RRQ HOSHI is now.
It is now. Who will strike first, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, seeing Taz and Irad. What a jungler they have been this season.
They have individually been very highly mechanized. You know, objective-wise, they have been really solid as well, on point. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup from both sides. Vin, though, jumps in.
Just to poke around. But what's interesting here is Skylar, on the Natan, he opted for that Purify.
Yeah. The Purify, the Flicker, those are the 2 main battle spells that you go for if you are in Natan. Now, I guess because of the layering of CC from Alter Ego, decides to go for the Purify instead. Dive!
The Flicker as well will catch Krite slightly off guard there, but Krite, with Compose, will respond with the Flicker.
They're starting to be very proactive here in that first minute as well. So for Alter Ego, especially for Krite, always on the lookout.
Yeah. Looking at the emblems earlier, though, for highs, we've seen a lot of Brunos usually go Master Assassin, Weapon Mastery. Eman usually goes for the Weapon Mastery. Highs is going for Tenacity, so he's actually going for more defense. He's playing it very slow in this lane, trying to just survive the laning phase and farm up possibly to be a threat in the mid-game. And also, Lemon, Agility, plus the Wilder's Blessing. Look out for Lemon and how he plays this Vexana. It might be more of a ganking Vexana. More active than the usual, at least.
Lemon has always been supplementing his teammates, the ganks and the rotations, leaving that mid lane to be occupied by Vin, the captain, trying to cover up for that mid lane. But Rassi just trying to poke out some damage. Irado is coming from behind.
It's a 3v4 now. Untargetable, Viraga armor left, 0 left for Pi, as they are now rotating towards the turtle.
I think now in the turtle contest, it's a bit more 50-50. Both teams have cleared out the mid and the top lane. Both Prio at hand, but RRQ are holding strong at this angle with Black Dragon form too. Banana.
Into zone out Taz here. Spots him out though with the cover. Vin. Oh, implosion instantly. But take a look at the Mystic Gush in the backside, and Vin actually secures the turtle. Last Insanity pops as well. Vin very low in the front side of the map and will be taken down by Rossi. And that's a 1-for-1, but the turtle will fall for the Kings of Kings.
Got the jungler, and they took their roam as well as the turtle in the hands of RRQ. So that's a net positive zero-sum game for RRQ, snatching that first lead against Alter Ego.
Well played by Alter Ego, and also for RRQ. Taz was actually CC'd down quite heavily, wasn't able to get the retribution down. It was only Irad comboed in with a cheeky Vin with probably skill 1 there to secure it, just barely. So Irad missed it by a very small like percentage, or just I think a few numbers, at maybe 2 digits, and that's how Vin was able to secure it. But hey, if they are layering their damage properly, that should happen. And RRQ now with the lead, they're really going to be taking their time. I don't think they're in any rush, especially with Skylar getting so much space in the gold lane. Heis doesn't seem to be bullying Skylar at all, nor is he trying to. Playing over in the bush, super passive, unlike what we are used to seeing from Heis.
I mean, as the Natan, of course, always that insurance of the late game continues. But Taz looks for Vin.
Flicker committed already. Isolated though with the help of the final slash.
Lemon
will secure the kill. Lemon flickers out of the way, but take a look at Pi here. Does not matter with the help of lances that it ends the flicker from Rossi. This is a
Banana
tank KDA. He finds the double as Lemon will claim the shutdown. Take a look at Banana, Petrify committed, and it will lock Pi down as Arad secures the kill.
Whoa, an insane fight happening. They had to lose Lemon RRQ, but at least Banana was there as the backup, rotating down and helping getting that kill towards Pi.
It's a great skirmish from Alter Ego, but they overextended. They stayed a bit too long, and Pi didn't choose to recall instantly. They actually gave the opportunity to Mr. Banana to Black Dragon form in and find him walking down into the turret. But Alter Ego will have a bit more pressure here with Pryo. Banana is more free though.
Vin now has him. Committed. Oh, there you go. Will fall instead. Taz. Low as Banana well secure the kill. Now in the backside is actually Rossi and Pi double teaming as the Baksha will secure the turtle, but the damage will be enough to take Rossi down. Surely no. The peel, the cover from Pi will be enough to take a rod down. And that is Alter Ego with the response.
A game of ping pong up in that turtle pit. And Lemon, I don't know how he spawned that guard. It was very far from the focal point of the fight. But Alter Ego come out as the victors in that skirmish.
Absolutely well played. Irad already retreated very early, but because Taz was already taken out, there was no contest. Maybe from the gourd. But still, yet to be seen is Heis. Rossi opening it up.
Oh, towards a face checking there, but 3-man shows up. Final slash committed. Skylar calmly with the entropy there to get out.
Rossi was so brave to face check that brush. And luckily enough for him and for Skylar, they were able to disengage from that little fight. And so far, still a little bit even. Alter Ego still up in the kills department, and so far I think it's still a stalemate up to this point.
Yeah, but we have to remember that Alter Ego, well, they actually do scale quite well into the mid game, so they're actually quite fine just having this kind of equal game. For Skylar, this also does enable him to be the late game threat that he can be. He's been farming so well. He's actually a level ahead of Heis. That means he's so much more ahead in gold. I really wonder how much gold he is ahead of Heis. 1,000. I'm looking back now. Early Star, Liam Side, and Feather of Heaven too. And you can see for RRQ, really the main point of their skirmishes earlier, sure. They want to control these neutral objectives. They want to secure it. But mainly it's to just buy space for Skylar to have the solo lane free farm and then become a threat in mid to late. He might actually hit his power spike mid game on this Natan because of how well he's farming right now.
He is indeed very well
Look at
farmed, but Pi though almost gets caught in that engage. At least now for Taz will be the one to free hit this turtle, but RRQ will not go down without a fight.
Yep, Implosion committed on towards Taz though. Oh, good knock up on towards Sue. Alongside with Banana, they find the Furious
Hi.
dive. Ben though, receiving damage, taken out. As Taz actually claims the turtle.
no.
Take a look at Highs, free hitting and finds Banana as he claims the double kill.
It is disastrous for RRQ. It looked like they had the counter engage towards Alter Ego, but now they look to crack down this tier 1 mid turret, and they got the turtle as well. So RRQ, a little bit shaky there in that fight.
They've been shaky. It's always been a 4v5 for RRQ because Skylar's always in the other side of the map farming, so they're still trying to get Skylar to the point where he can join these team fights, and that's the advantage that Alter Ego have, the man advantage now that they can utilize. Last time, Highs was still in the bottom lane. This time with Highs in the team fight, that all-in commit by RRQ certainly isn't as good, as optimal as it was before. And for RRQ, really, I don't know if that's actually like too bad for them, because Skylar is going to get a tier 2 because of his efforts that he had placed down earlier as well up top.
And FYI, he is 1,000 gold ahead of Highs now. They want to fight. Banana though will tell otherwise, as they will sacrifice the inner for the inner top side as well.
Skylar is slowly creeping to that power spike that he is longing for. Of course, again, RRQ, if they're a little bit in shambles now, they at least have Skylar to protect, to guard, and he will be the main damage dealer come late game. So for Alter Ego, they have to be able to jump in. But for Alter Ego, who will be able to catch Skylar if he's far in the back line?
That's the problem now, right? For Alter Ego, it's risky, and RRQ, it's risky as well. RRQ have been taking fights without Skylar. They've been basically sacrificing themselves to give Skylar space to farm. That means all the burden now is on Skylar to be the solo carry in the late stage of the game. Lemon's going to be peeling, Irad's going to be peeling, Vin's going to be peeling for the most part. But for Alter Ego, they have no way to reach the back line unless they get through the front line. Sure, they have an Arlet who can dive, they have Pi that can dive as well, but with the peel that RRQ have, they can certainly deal with that dive. What I'm trying to say is right now, they're both gambling. Alter Ego are gambling on the fact that they can get the frontliners low and shred them before Natan can. It's a front-to-front.
A game of coin flips indeed. And this coin flip could ensue towards the Lord. I mean, Skylar has been scavenging all the leads needed. The gold advantage is also under his belt. So this Lord, I mean, it's still a first Lord, but that could really shape up the game towards later on. Early Eternal Guard, though, from Lemon.
Wow. It's already a resource wasted. And take a look at the Lord now. It's half HP. As they're right now with the Shield Unity, trying to find a member. Well, High there, trying to deflect it. Banana though committed the Black Dragon form as well, and that's a huge info. No BDF.
2 quick resources expended by RRQ while they get Nile. So for this Lord, I think Alter Ego does have the upper hand, at least in the slightest, as they conceal and they prepare to engage towards RRQ.
See, they want business. Will RRQ oblige?
Skylar is here.
Now, Implosion. No
Skylar.
backup whatsoever as Skies will find the first mark. Now Banana in the backside with the true damage that Pi has will not be able to take him down just yet though. Look at Taz, very low, will recall, but Rad will be caught by the ace card. Correct, but Skylar is there to cover him up. And Correct will be the kill for RRQ.
Well played! Wow, Irad was so low, and he got saved there by Skylar. Amazing skirmish from both teams. And Alter Ego decided to back away. Taz wasn't confident in that. He knew that Skylar could just rotate again and try to burst them down. With Pi being so low, they did not want to force it. In the mid-game, I was about to say, this should still be in favor of Alter Ego. It looked that way until Skylar was able to maneuver so many times back and forth. But here's the game fact for you. Vixana, which is currently popular, was previously only used by Lemon in MPL Indonesia Season 5 when facing Onyx 1,490 days ago. March 1st, 2020, and they're on the Lord.
Say Implosion committed. Oh, Rad will find a comfortable retribution, but Vin now can be the sacrificial lamb. Flicker committed. Final slash everything now to take Vin down, and that's a Lord for Vin.
Vin died a martyr. It's okay. I mean, they got the Lord, and Skylar is showing all the damage that he's able to dish out. And for the objective contestations later on, as the game progresses, Skylar will be a very, very quick DPS to take down the Lord fights, and that would be very much a trouble for Alter Ego.
The decisive shot calling from Vin has really been winning RRQ a lot of these trades, man. Going for the Lord straight after seeing highs. That no hesitation whatsoever from the team to execute that game plan, and they were able to just burst it down. Taz couldn't even react, and Vin acted as a sacrificial lamb, just zoning him away. Doesn't matter if he dies. It's A-okay. It's a massive advantage of the Lord now. They can look for more sieges. And earlier, we did see a 1,500 gold lead in between the gold laners. Divine Glaive and the Holy Crystal. I said earlier, if Alter Ego fight in the mid game, front to front, they can still win. Skylar has gone all of his items in the mid game.
That's where...
What the heck?
That's where the problem lies, right? I mean, he has the items needed, and this is his power spike. This is going to be his wheelhouse in trying to just be the main carry. I mean, we talked about how the burden was on Skylar. Now that the power spike is here, he's fed with the items needed, as RRQ was just making space for him. This is where he will shine. I mean, level 15 acquired already by Skylar. So RRQ now can just look to regroup and prepare for themselves for other fights coming up.
They're winning in the macro department as well, man. With these waves pushing, Alter Ego can't really look for anything too crazy, and this will definitely change a lot in the tempo that RRQ can bring towards them. But positive news for Alter Ego is they get free farm with all these waves jumping in towards them. Slow pushing too, so it's built up waves all going to the pockets of Alter Ego. Now Alter Ego need to be a bit more creative. Earlier, they were able to go for the front to front, but now with Skylar being so far ahead of the pack when it comes to player gold, and the fact that he's already full items technically, just needs one more Wind of Nature to really finish it off. And you can see that they are trying to also funnel as much as they can towards Skylar, giving him the purple buff. Wind of Nature done already here. One item ahead of Bruno. But really, when Natan is one item ahead, he can shred through all the front lines. So, Alter Ego need to find angles, different angles to attack Skylar. They cannot fight front to front, because even Irad, the guy that you would expect to be way behind compared to Taz, in that snowball that Alter Ego have created, is only behind by 100 gold, so he's not even squishy. He's going to be super tanky. Even Banana is not squishy. He's 1,400 gold behind, but he's not squishy. Pi and the Arlet will have to do a whole lot of overtime to catch Skylar.
Don't fight and buy.
Yeah.
Look at that!
He will lose his Viraga in an instant. RRQ looking to stabilize their formation. Take a look at Banana, providing vision top side of the map, and they will take their time. They will not be too hasty. They will reset the Lord instead.
The top lane's wave is pushing in favor of them, but Rossi gets caught close for that. Yeah, flicker baited though, so now the Lord is all RRQ's been taking, but Alter Ego still, they want to challenge this fight. Nana spotted out though in that rush.
Yeah, Alter Ego have to make a decision. Skylar, oh my god, just a few hits!
Just recalled for the Viraga armor and instantly shredded again. Now, note, Vin has the flicker implosion. He will commit it. Oh my god! Mega kill for Highs already. That's a good start, but Skylar finding the shutdown. Entropy with the backside, finding the turret, looking for blood now as Highs 1 HP will be taken now by Banana. That's a 3 members taken down. Highs, Rossi, and as well as Vin.
Look at Skylar. He is there obliterating, massively stepping up for RRQ. Alter Ego had the upper hand, where they were able to tackle down the initiator of RRQ, which was Vin. But then Skylar just showed up in that fight.
The front to front can never work against a full item Natan. And that's what RRQ showed us. Viraga armors pop every single time he makes a move, every single time he shows himself on the map. Everyone, not just the frontliners. I mean, we were talking about shredding frontliners here. You saw what he did to Krite, the backline. He got 2-shotted almost. Gee! The Natan damage is ridiculous in the late game. It's not even the late game. Well, now it is technically, but He got all of his items in the 12th minute. The free farm that the team has been trying to get him has worked, and now it's all about how they execute the siege.
Sieging towards the territory of Alter Ego. The base is in threat. It is susceptible towards the siege coming in from Alter Ego, or RRQ rather, as they have the Lord. It is going to be tackled down by Alter Ego. So for Skylar though, he is indeed that main damage dealer now. Pi can't even withstand the damage, but Pi is in a hard place now.
Yep. Investing that insanity to clear before Skylar shredded down. Hai's though, top lane doing work as well, trying to zone out that Yuzong, forcing Yuzong to recall for a bit. Yeah, they technically lost the bottom side of the turret, but the top side is very low. Skylar can just push it.
One more hit.
It was close, but one more hit towards the turret. And,
1 HP.
And Pai's Firaga armor isn't even, you know, he can't even feel it.
What is a Firaga armor?
What is it? It's a Firaga paper.
It's Firaga paper this game, you're right. He's just burning, melting through it like it's nothing. 60,000 damage dealt, followed then by Krite and then Lemon.
Wow.
40,000. Then Highs, 35,000 there. You can see the Bruno here. Compared to Natan, right? Bruno doesn't fall off usually. But compared to a Natan, yes it does, man. You can't shred frontliners like a Natan does. And even if, by the way, the Bruno shifts his targeting, goes to Skylar, he has a win of nature. He has Blood Wings too. He doesn't even have boots at this point. He's relying on the Entropy, he's relying on the Purify, and he's relying on the peel that RRQ, the rest of the team, has been giving him. The reason why RRQ are trying to brute force this one last hit on the turret is because this turret is so valuable. Hold up.
Oh,
hold up.
With the flicker as well invested.
Jeez.
But Skylar was able to get out. He also invested to Purify, but Season 8 Grand Finals. Remember Lemon and on the backstage? He said Natan will penetrate everything and anything.
And Sans did.
And Sans did. But in this case, yeah, we will see Natan again.
Yeah. I think now the answer for Alter Ego's problems, Alter Ego's problems, is what we saw earlier. Krite's the guy who can deal damage.
Yep.
Krite's the guy who can actually kill him. So
with range,
I don't know how they're going to be able to give him the space to get that Mystic Gush on him, because Skylar has an Entropy. He's going to have to really, he's going to act as the execute. Alter Ego need to burst Skylar, and then that Mystic Gush comes in to execute.
Yep.
But then again, if you know, if Krite does land the Mystic Projectile, they get something. It's not the Purify though, but the fight ensues now.
This is not the way. Rossi loses immortality in his life as well. Particularly Banana zoning Krite in the backside. Hai's now free hitting though. Gets petrified and pops the Purify. Particularly the front side of the map. Taz will remain and hold on to his immortality. But it's a 5v4. RRQ will have the Lord Pit.
No Mystic Gush.
Yeah, no Mystic Gush for this Lord fight. As they disengage, trying to set their eyes on a bigger objective, and that is the Lord. Again, sure, I mean, Krite could jump, or maybe someone else could jump towards Skylar, but he has that Entropy, he has that Purify, and he's always able to at least save himself with the peel coming in from RRQ as well, so it is going to be a pesky task to take down the Natan. That's the question that we need to get answers, and Alter Ego should be able to answer that.
See, Implosion committed. Black Dragon form as well. Oh, Eternal Gall towards Pi. It seems like now Pi should pop the last Insanity Lord, taken by Skylar. Rat loses immortality. Finn will be taken out first.
Banana
on the backside, Banana doing work, finding Taz as well. Meanwhile, Rossi will be shredded by Skylar in the backside of the map. Banana will be taken out. Good revenge by Highs, but it's a 2-for-2. Lord still to the hands of the Kings of Kings.
2-for-2. But with that Lord, it makes it all worth it for RRQ. Now with the winner truncheon too, Lemon is going to be able to stay very, very safe in the back, even if Alter Ego dive. And also the immortality for the Tigreal. A 1,000 gold lead between the junglers. And that 1,000 gold lead for Pi is gone. Banana with the Queen's Wings. Oh, missed the Gush.
Early on towards the route as well. Eternal Guard popped as well. Lord though, ooh, that's
Skylar.
a beefy Lord. 28,000 HP on that Lord. Alter Ego, they need to take care of this. And meanwhile, RRQ, they will not force anything out of this Lord. They will just back off and hit the reset button.
I think Alter Ego could really just, bait out the Purify from Skylar, make him enter a fight in a very, very unfavorable position, in a very uncomfortable position. I think then they could really dish out the damage needed. Again, Krite, yes, the only one who can really burst down Skylar. But getting there is the question.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, though, we are seeing that Alter Ego are finding the holes in RRQ's game. RRQ, as much as they can dive, we've been seeing Banana dive, we've been seeing Vin as well go in. If they don't have the lockdown, Skylar can't actually reach them. As long as they are able to space the way that they did in that team fight, they will actually be able to come out on the team fights the way they did earlier, only maybe without the Rossi death of 1 for 2, these trades. He needs to keep on going back and forth. They need to try some way. It's way easier said than done, but they need to bait Skylar's entropy and then punish Skylar when the entropy is down. They need to try to punish Lemon whenever he tries to spam that ultimate, because if you guys have been noticing, Lemon's been spamming the ultimate, that Eternal Guard, to clear minions, to just look and open up in the map as well. I think it's a good zoning tool for RRQ that Lemon is doing this, but it could be capitalized on, it could be punished. That is one less resource to peel for Skylar if it's on cooldown.
I mean, it's easier to burst down a Vexana Lord compared to, a real Lord. And Lemon has been spamming that Lord, not trying to really engage. Sometimes it's for peel, sometimes it's, freely to clear up the minions like Mirko said, or it's just there as a 6v5 situation for RRQ. So Alter Ego, maybe they could look at that window, they could look at that frame that they could expose, and maybe then they could snowball that into something even greater later on in the fight as it prolongs.
The thing is, for Alter Ego, now that they have lost their base turrets, the forced error is on them, and the thing is, even if they're decisive, Skylar takes the Lord down like it's nothing to us.
Oh, will now have no room!
Oh.
But Vin finding the knock-up 3 there, but we'll take a look at the damage there. Actually, Vin will not
Skylar.
survive. Now, Banana opens up with the help of Skylar. He will find the Mega. Lemon
Pi.
finds right, and it's all the collapse. Pi with a Hail Mary play towards the backside, loses his mortality, and take a look at Skylar! Finding the shutdown and claiming the unstoppable. He will go with the Lord. He will not care for players as Rossi, the last man standing, will not be able to survive this, as Skylar is the man of the match in this game.
The sky's the limit, but when you have Sky in your name, and you are up there, and Skylar was just the man of the hour for the kingdom.